welcome to another Maz Play video. This is MazMojito, and today we're going to be getting into another city builder, and this is going to be the pilot episode. We're playing Pioneers of Pagonia. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so we're jumping right in here to Pioneers of Pagonia. Now, I first saw this game at a comic convention, anime or comic book convention, and it sparked my interest. It was advertised by a indie developer. There was a couple people doing some test runs on the game, so I figured, hey, once it came out on Steam, I might as well give it a try. So this seems to be just your classic city builder. You get a bunch of colonists on a island. You start off with a ship, and it's full of different colonists, and you basically put them to work clearing trees, getting enough lumber and stone and all your typical resources, gathering food and everything to start your colony. Now, I like the color style. I like it's kind of a cartoony animation type style as far as the characters go, but it's very bright, very green, very nice, very chill type game. Now occasionally you do get raided with some bandits and there's some other bad guys around here, but that's primarily what you're going to be dealing with. For the most part, you're just going to be building, and you're going to be sending your scouts out to expand your land as far as different buildings that you can build. You have to kind of expand your borders, if you will, if you want to just kind of keep putting down things. So the road system is a little weird. It could be straight, you can be curvy, it can be diagonal, whatever way you want it. But I try to keep it as straight as I can so I can get a good kind of like base population started with houses and lumber mills and rock quarries and pretty much all the other basic things you need to start off with. So we're going to go ahead and lay out our town structure, and then we're going to start popping some buildings down. All right, so we're going to clear a lot of these trees out of the way. So we're going to start off with some lumberjacks and a sawmill. And we're going to just start clearing away this forest so we have a good footprint to start putting some other buildings down. Already you can see all of our workers offloading from the ship and bringing supplies that are currently on the ship, because you kind of show up with some basic supplies at the top, and they're going to use those to build our first couple structures. After that, we're going to have to gather the resources using the different skill sets to get everything else that we need to build the remaining buildings. There's plenty of deer walking around, so our hunters will be busy getting meat. And there will eventually, I'm sure, be some berry bushes and stuff around for our gatherers. So we'll speed up where we can to try to get straight to the next buildings, but for the first couple buildings, I'll just kind of let it go through normal speed, just so you can see how the building system is. right, now that we got those buildings down, we got our people out gathering a lumber, we're gonna go ahead and try to expand our border. As you can see, there's some border stones. They were like light blue on the top as far as tips. We're gonna pop an explorer's hut down, and that's gonna allow us to train up some scouts that's going to basically go out and move those blue colored border stones out further away, which will also move our red border further out, which will allow us to build more buildings in a greater area of land. Now, something else I want to do is go ahead and put a scout tower down. Not only is that going to give us a little bit of defense, it's also going to expand our line of sight a bit. So as our scouts are putting those border stones out, we'll also see how much land we have available for us to start popping some new buildings down. Now this set of trees is going to disappear pretty quick, so I might as well go ahead and drop a forester house down here so that as the thinning of the trees happens and progresses, we can have some foresters there ready to replant and just keep our supply of wood constant. All right, to go hand in hand with our hunters, we definitely want to drop that gatherer's hut down so that they can start going out and getting some berries off of any bushes nearby. So that's going to help us with our food situation. We do have quite a bit of food on the ship, but eventually that's probably going to run out as we get bigger and bigger and expand our borders. And like I said earlier, just to complement our gathering bush, we're going to go ahead and put that hunter lodge down. Now, as you can see, the animals that can be hunted are highlighted in white outlines. So we got plenty of wild game around to supply us with some good leather and some meat there. So so far so good. Basic structure of the village is coming along. Now just a matter of waiting on our workers to finish up those constructions. So with all the lumber that we're gathering, definitely need to have some supply depots down. So we're going to go ahead and pop a couple storage houses down where we can fit them. And then that way we can keep our sawmill outfitted and we don't overflow some of our other spaces with too much lumber. Now, in addition to the storage, we also have to start looking at some housing for our workers. And that's going to be different kind of trade posts and other things that is going to allow us to hold more workers out on the field. A lot of them are still on the ship waiting on orders. But as we build more buildings, they'll start coming off the ship and helping out. Okay, so as you can see, our borders are expanding pretty good. Very good graphics here. We got a bandit camp up there that we have to worry about. As we get too close to those guys, they're probably going to start raiding us. So right now we just want to kind of build up our core village here and eventually get to the point where we can unlock some soldiers. That way we can fight off those bandits if they do decide to come attack us. The trees are starting to come down nicely, so we are having more and more open space to build. And like I said, the black little stones you see on the edges, those little border stones, as we build more scout towers, we'll be able to build more scouts that can expand our borders. Really don't like how these roads kind of like distort when you're building into trees, so you really gotta wait till all the trees are clear if you really want to have a chance at some good straight roads. Alright, so our wood cutting hut still has plenty of trees within its radius that we can gather from, everything highlighted in white. So we really don't need to build another woodcutter's hut. We're looking pretty good as far as wood supply goes. But right now we're just going to continue to try to let these resources come in, hopefully get this worker camp finished up so that we can have some more people come off the ship to help us out with building up this town. And it looks like I may have enough resources for a military camp or a military academy. This will allow us to start building some soldiers and warriors so that we can defend ourselves against the bandit camps or even go and raid them if we have enough warriors and take over their camp completely. Okay, so I just want to zoom in and give you a quick idea of how these scouts work. As you can see, they hammer these border stones and just kind of keep pushing them out. And the further they push them out, the further out I can build. So that's pretty much the importance of those scouts, and that's the importance of that guard tower that you see highlighted in white, because I have one of the scouts highlighted. It's going to highlight their home building. So we're just going to keep letting them work and keep expanding our borders. So we're getting to the point where we're right up on the mountain now. So now we can start looking at putting a rock quarry now. And so many of our buildings do require some stone, especially the more advanced buildings. So I'm going to look and see if I can find a good place to snap this in. Once we clear a couple more trees, I'll be able to get a nice straight road out there towards the mountainside so that I can get the rock to the quarry or use the quarry to pick up stone a lot faster. This way, our miners don't have to walk all the way over to the mountain, then come back over to the quarry. For now, I'm just going to pop it down and continue to wait on these constructions. So many of our buildings are kind of held up because they're waiting on stone. So the only thing I can do is try to hurry up and get these trees knocked down so we can make a straighter road out there and get our guys mining those stones as quick as possible. Now, something else that we do need to keep our people happy is a provisioner. And a provisioner is kind of like a marketplace in some of the other building games. They're going to be the ones that's supplying, moving the food around, making sure everyone has a place to eat or even gets food so that they can continue to be happy workers. And since I put the provisioner down, I'm gonna go ahead and put a tavern down. Might as well, since they go hand in hand. Provisioners that get the food to the tavern, then people will go to the tavern to drink and eat. And meanwhile, I'm just watching these guys expand that border. Look at all this stone and different materials we can get. Of course, we're having problems with bandits and other people coming and stealing our supplies because we do not have guards right now. All right, just trying to zoom in here so you can see the hunters at work. You can also see the provisioner walking around. She's the one with the highlight on her. She's going and picking up the different foods from the gatherers as well as from the hunters. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pop a market stall down here, just like we got a provisioner going around picking up the food and the gatherers supplies. The market stall will go around, pick up the lumber and the non-food supplies and make sure those is distributed out to the different people that need them. right, so at this point we got a pretty good core established for our village. We got quite a few buildings waiting on stone, so there's not much we can do until we get that quarry up and running, get our miners harvesting that stone. So at this point we're going to go ahead and put a bookmark in the video. I really like this game. It's very chill and I hope you like it too. So as usual, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. Please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps out the channel. And we will see you in the next video.